Self-love is about doing the things that feel hard now but will benefit later. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, and if you're not new, welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing a quick makeup get ready with me. This is the look. It's really just a cute casual look. You can really wear this if you're going to the coffee shop, if you're going on like a cute little coffee date with your friends, or you're going to like just hang out with your friends. I think this is a really cute, subtle, simple look that you can do. And I'm also going to be discussing self-love. Self-love is a very, very important topic to me. I am such a self-love proponent and advocate. Self-love is really what has guided me through the hard times over the years, and it's really what has brought me back to myself. So I'm just going to be talking about self-love, misconceptions of self-love, my self-love journey, and what I've just learned over the years, and how it may help you in your life, and how it may be beneficial for you to really redefine what self-love means to you. So if you're interested in hearing more about my thoughts on self-love and seeing this makeup look, then stay tuned. Today we're talking about self-love. So I really wanted to talk about self-love just because I've been going on my own like personal self-love journey probably since, honestly, maybe like 3 years. Over 3 years, like maybe 3 to 4 years. I've been going on my own personal self-love journey. And what prompted me to want to talk about this was this meme, or not meme, but this quote that I saw on Instagram. And I'm going to enter it in the screen, but it says, self-love is self-discipline. Stop playing with your personal goals. The cost of whatever you want to do is that sacrifice. Nobody is coming to save you. Nothing is going to magically change for you. Get disciplined or stay stagnant. So I just feel like that quote really stuck with me, and that was mainly because that was something that I had to learn about self-love. So first of all, what prompted me to go on my self-love journey was that I knew that deep down, I knew that I really didn't love myself. Like, if we're just being like 100%, so I normally start off with my eyebrows, but if we're just being like 100%, like, I've always like deep down known that I didn't fully love myself. Now, I love myself, but not fully and completely and wholly. And so I've always kind of just struggled with that. And with that self-love, you know, comes like lack of confidence. And those are things that I have struggled with for so long, and that I've tried. Like, on the outside, if you don't truly know me, like on the outside, it may look like I'm just confident, ambitious, outgoing, which I am ambitious, I am outgoing. And I do have confidence to a certain extent, but I definitely would sometimes let my insecurities overcome me. And so in that regard, like, I was not confident, and I knew that I had like some self-love to work on. But like at the time, I didn't even know, like when I first realized it, which was probably like college, like I didn't necessarily know like you need self-love or whatever. And then like once I graduated college, like, and just like, honestly, what really triggered it for me was like just the type of relationships I would have, and like the type of men I would date. it was like I kept ending up with the same kind of guys that were like no good for me. And I was really trying to figure out like why do I keep ending up in the same like predicaments? Like why? So I would pretty much end up in the same predicaments, the same type of guys that basically guys that really didn't want to commit, wasn't looking to settle down, didn't treat me the way I deserved, you know, didn't court me, things like that. And that was something where like, you know, after getting hurt so many times, I'm just like, okay, like something, you know, something is an issue. Like I know there's an issue, but then also like what's my issue? Because why do I keep ending up with the same guys? And then also I would just notice just like, you know, I would compare myself to other people. And like when you have self-love, I mean, you know, people compare themselves. Everybody has compared themselves to someone else at a certain point. But if you're constantly doing it to the point where like you really don't see your full value because you're like noticing everyone else's, you know, everyone else's beauty, everyone else's talent and potential, then it's like, okay, it's a problem. Like, okay, you're lacking that self-love within yourself if you're not, you know, if you don't think, you're putting everyone else on a pedestal but yourself. So those were two like things, you know, that I constantly noticed about myself that I'm like, okay, like I really need to work on like self-love and loving myself. And as so like I would say maybe like 2 years ago, I officially declared like I'm going on a self-love journey. Like I am going to go on this journey to truly figure out like what's going on with me deep down inside and how can I truly love myself for who I am, accept myself for who I am, and, you know, not compare myself to other people. And when I tell you that, so when I said that to myself, which is probably like 2 years ago, I didn't think it would take so long. Like when I tell you literally at this moment right now, like today, or maybe, you know, no more than like a month ago, is when I truly found like, when I truly could say like, yes, I fully love myself. Like I completely and truly love myself for who I am. I understand why God made me the way I am. I understand why I have my talents and my gifts, and what I have is special and unique to me, and whatever someone else has is for them. Like what's for me is for me, and the talents that God blessed me with is for me. But what so-and-so and what Sally has over there is for her, and that's cool. And like that doesn't take away anything from me. Like I'm just now getting wholly to that point, because it's like to a certain extent I did have like self-love or whatever, but not the way I do now. And I would say like towards the beginning of my journey, which is why the reason why that quote, now this is like why I'm looking for my eyebrow brush. Also, by the way, I'm trying a new product. I'm trying the what is it called? Goof Proof Brow Pencil by Anastasia. Or no, not Anna. Oh my gosh. The Goof Proof Brow Pencil by Benefit. Oh my gosh. So I normally use Anastasia. I normally use the dark brown gel brow. Oh my gosh, I can't talk today. I normally use the dark brown dip brow pomade by Anastasia Beverly Hills. However, today I'm trying this for the first time. Honestly, I'm kind of in the mood where I want to try new things. Like I'm honestly the type of person where if I find something that works for me, I stick with it. Like I'm very much, I don't know, it's like I just stick to what works for me. Like if it works, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I do kind of want to try new things, because I feel like that's what's fun about makeup. There's so many different products you can try, so many different brands, So I'm definitely like making it a point to venture out. Y'all, I cannot find, so there is one particular brush that I always use for my brows, and I literally, oh, you know what, I think I washed it. Hold on, I'm gonna be back. Okay guys, I'm back. I got the brush. Also, I have two cameras set up like from different angles, so if you see me looking over here, I'm looking at my other camera. So I just wanted to get like a close view of what I'm doing for the makeup girlies. So yeah, I'm just trying something new. And like also another thing with the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade is like this is really dark. Like this dark brown is actually really dark. Sometimes it's kind of too dark, and I'm a little bit heavy-handed, so it's like sometimes I have to go back in and kind of like lighten it up. But yes. What was I saying? Okay, yeah, so what I was saying was, so when I first started my self-love journey, I literally, because there was a point in time like on social media where like, you know, they were really advocating for self-love, like self-love. I mean, ironically, it was at a time where like I really needed to like work on my self-love. So, you know, I really thought that, hold on y'all, because I cannot mess up my brows. But I really thought that self-love was like more so like self-care. Like I thought self-love equated self-care, and self-care is a form of self-love, but self-care does not encompass self-love as a whole. And that's something I found out. So it's like when I first went on my so-called self-love journey, I would literally just like take a lot of baths. Like I would make sure I took a bath, which this helped, by the way. Like I'm not like, it did help. I would take baths. I would do the face mask. I'm trying to think what else. I was trying to like read more, which I would say that is a good form of self-love. I'm trying to think what else I did. Oh, I journal. I journaled a lot because journaling is a whole nother like topic video that I could do. But yeah, it was like I did a lot of things that was like more so self-care, and I'm like, okay, yeah, like I'm working on my self-love journey, blah blah blah, because you know, at the time that was my definition of self-love, was like just doing self-care things like journaling and face masks and bubble baths and all that stuff. But I not quickly, but like at some point I realized that like, because it was like I was doing all these things, and yes, it helped in the moment. Like trust me, I was very stressed because like I was in law school or whatever, so like obviously taking a bath and face mask and really just taking care of myself like that, actually it really did help me. So it was actually really good that I like took time out to really just like cater to myself and take care of myself. But it was kind of like I still have some of the same issues arising. So it's like, okay, well this really isn't working, so like, you know what, like what else is out there that I could like, you know, how else can I really improve my self-love and increase the love I have for myself? And I realized like, I honestly don't know what clicked for me, like, but I realized that self-love really is about it's about doing the things for yourself that self-love is about, doing the things that feel hard now but will benefit later. And that's why I love from the quote that I read y'all that it says self-love is self-discipline. Because I feel like a lot of the times when most people hear self-love, they do think about like, oh, like self-love, let me go run me a bubble bath with some wine, and let me go, you know, take a nap. Let me, you know, like little quick fixes. Let me journal or whatever. Which journaling is very beneficial. So there's nothing wrong with everything that I'm naming. There's nothing wrong with, but I say all that to say that that's not all self-love is. Like, self-love isn't all peaches and cream, you know, and roses. Like, no, self-love, like, truly like getting to the point where you truly and fully love yourself. I mean, if you're not at that point already, it's hard work. Like, it's grimy. Like, you really have to go within yourself and figure out, okay, what beliefs do I have that are contributing to me not loving myself or not feeling like I'm worthy of X, Y, and Z. And it's a lot. Like, it's not an easy process. Like, at least that's how it was for me. Like, you know, if you're struggling with self-love, I believe that it's not an easy process at all, because you really have to dig deep into your beliefs and your systems and the way you think. So I'm using my Huda, oh my gosh, I always miss it. Huda Beauty palette, and it's Topaz Obsession. So it really just has a lot of like warm tones, browns, golds. I actually love this palette. But yeah, like, self-love isn't easy. Like, it's discipline. It's the harder things that you don't want to do for yourself. It's the things that, like, you know will make you a better person, but in the moment it just feels so hard and so tough. Like, and that's why that's something that it took me a while to realize. That's why, like, I feel like my self-love journey, like, took me so long to like it took me just so long to fully get to a point where I actually can truly say, like, it took me really long to get to a point where I can truly, like, say that I love myself, I love everything about myself. And even, like, to this day, like, I still have, like, things about my physical appearance that that I'm insecure about, or that I want to change or whatever. So as me, I'm not, like, completely perfect or in this perfect space with I'm the best I've ever felt, as far as, like, I'm the best I've ever been as far as loving myself, like, in this point in time. But of course I'm not perfect, and there's still things that, like, I am working on with myself. But say all that to say is that self-love is not, you know, peaches and cream. It's like, it's hard work, and it does take a level of discipline. Like, I think, you know what, I think I was watching a motivational video. Like, first of all, I love watching motivational videos because, I don't know, it's just something about, like, somebody, like, just speaking life into me that I love positive affirmations, and I just love motivational videos and, like, stuff like that. So I think I was watching a motivational video, and I want to say it was like a motivational video by Will Smith. And if I find that video, I'll link it down below. But I think he said something like self-love is discipline, and he said some more stuff. But I think after I watched that video, like, that was when I really was like, yeah, like, he's right. Like, self-love truly is discipline. It's doing the things that you don't want to do, but you know, like, your body will thank you later. You know that you'll thank yourself later for doing those things. It's like when you want to lose weight, right? In the moment when you wake up, you don't want to go to the gym, you don't want to work out, but you getting up and going to the gym is self-love, because you're doing what you know you need to do for your health, for your mind, for your soul, for your body, that your body will thank you for it. Like, that's self-love. At the end of the day, you're taking action for what's in your highest good. That's self-love. And I think that was something that I feel like that changed the game for me. That's because, like, I'm very much it's like I'm the type of person where I'm gonna get it done, but I might wait till the last minute. Like, it's gonna get done. It's gonna be done right, but I'm gonna wait till the very last minute possible. That's necessary in order for it to get done. And I feel like that's like something that I also want to work on is like procrastination and waiting until the last minute to do things. And I feel like for me that was self-love. Like, Brianna, you don't, like, in order to not put myself in those predicaments where I'm under so much stress and time pressure and, oh my gosh, I gotta do X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. It's like, Brianna, just start earlier. Like, me starting earlier on a task or starting earlier, doing something right away instead of waiting, that's a form of self-love for me, because I'm gonna thank myself later that I didn't wait to the last minute or that I didn't procrastinate or whatever. So it's things like that that's like, I realized that, like, really, like, fixing those bad habits that you have with yourself, that's self-love. That's self-love, because you're showing yourself that you respect yourself. You're showing yourself that, like, even though things are tough or hard to change, you're still gonna try, and you're still gonna, you know, you're showing up for yourself. You're still showing up for yourself. Just like, I don't know. And then the second thing she said was stop playing with your personal goals. So the cost of whatever you want to do is that of sacrifice. And that is so true. Like, that's really self-love. Like, we all have goals on where we want to be in life and what we want to do in life. And at the end of the day, if you are not where you want to be in life, it's because you're not taking the necessary steps or actions to get there. You know what I'm saying? And that could apply to anything. It could apply to, you know, you wanting to lose weight, or it could apply to you wanting a certain job, or it could apply to any goal that you have. Or I want to learn a new skill. I want to learn a new trade. I want to learn how to invest. It's like, I want to be more financially savvy. It's kind of just like, whatever goal that you have for yourself, you're not there, right? That's why it's a goal, because you're at point A and you're trying to get to point Z. So if you're not at point Z, then that means that you need to change up something that you're doing now. Your daily routine, your current daily routine, and the things that you do during the day, and your 24 hours in a day, like, it's not working, right? Or maybe you're on your way. Like, if you're on your way, okay, cool. But, like, you gotta switch something up. Like, if you have a goal and you're trying to get from point A to point B, and what you're doing is not working, like, you know for a fact you're not getting to point B soon, like, you have to switch something up. And that's a part of self-discipline, and that's a part of self-love. Like, figuring out what habits you need to change to actually reach your goals. I'm using lasting drama. But yeah, another thing is, like, nobody, what else did she say? Oh, she said nothing is going to magically change for you. Get disciplined or stay stagnant. And that's the thing. Like, really, nothing is going to magically just change, or nothing's going to just come to you out of the blue. Like, if you want to see a change, it's like you have to make the change within yourself and, you know, change your actions. And that's the thing. It's not necessarily about, like, oh, okay, I know that I have this goal, now let me just get up and do it. Like, if it was that easy, like, we all would be reaching our goals, right? It really is a matter of going within and going inside yourself and really unpacking your belief system, unpacking past traumas. I mean, that comes with it. Your childhood traumas, past traumas, that really comes with it. Like, What are your beliefs? How do you feel about yourself? Do you believe you're worthy of achieving the goal that you like set out for yourself? Do you actually believe that you're capable, you're worthy of reaching a certain point in life, a certain level in life? Like, those are the type of things that you actually want to examine when you're going on your self-love journey. And I think that journaling is a really good thing for that, because what if you're not ready to talk about that with someone else? Okay, well, talk about it with yourself. For me, journaling is so therapeutic. Now, like I said before, journaling isn't going to be the only thing to get you, you know, where you want to be in life. But to me, for me, like, I never know how I truly feel until I journal it. Like, until I really like hit the pen to paper, like, I do not know how I feel. Like, it's like I'll know something is wrong with me, or I'll just feel off and feel weird, and I'm like, what is wrong with me, or like, what's going on with me? And I'll literally, like, once I like hit the pen to paper and just start writing, it'll just be like all these feelings and emotions that like I didn't even know I had, or I didn't even know, you know, I was feeling. And after I would get done journaling, I would feel 1,000 times better. Like, literally, I would feel 1,000 times better. And it would feel like a release. Like, not only do I now know how I feel, but I feel like I released those feelings that were like pent up inside of me, that I was like holding in for so long. So I mean, when it comes to really like digging deep and really trying to like figure out what those belief systems are, what's triggering you, what's the reason for why you do the things that you do, I highly recommend journaling. But you know, obviously journaling isn't the only thing. Y'all, why do I feel like if y'all could see my desk right now, it is so like, well, not my desk, but my vanity, it is so unorganized. Like, everything is just everywhere, and it's like I keep looking for oh yeah, so I use the Fenty Beauty. So I use the Maybelline Master Prime for my primer, and then I use the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation in 445. And yeah, I use hydrating foundation because I have really dry skin, and I know that my foundation does not match my skin color right now. It is March, and I've literally been in the house all winter. It's early March right now. I've been in the house all winter, so I am still very pale. This is my summer foundation, so I just, because I bought, for some reason I had two of these, so I never bought I haven't bought a new foundation. I never had to buy a new one for the winter. I wasn't going out. Anyways, yeah, self-love. Another thing, another part of my self-love journey that I had to examine was putting myself before other people. I realized that I did not put myself first, and that was something that I really struggled with. And I think it kind of did have something to do with the way I was raised. And honestly, I don't really know. I think I was watching a video or something, and they say like, like if your parents raised you to always kind of like cater to other people's needs, or like they reprimanded you when you didn't do certain things for other people, like that, you could have internalized that to where you always feel like you have to cater to someone else's needs. You always have to, you know, please others, kind of like a people pleaser. And I think that was like, I think I did have like a people pleaser syndrome. Like I wanted people to like me, or I'll just, you know, I wanted to be nice to everyone. I wanted, you know what I'm saying? Like that was just something that, and I realized like, hold on, like as I was going through my self-love journey and realizing things about myself and who I was and what I didn't like, what I wanted to change, I realized that like sometimes I did people please, and sometimes I really cared a lot about how people felt about me, and I wanted everybody to like me. And I, you know, would get sad, you know, I was just like, damn, like why doesn't this person like me or whatever. And you know, during this journey, I realized like it's okay if everyone doesn't like you. It is okay. Everyone's not going to like you. Like for whoever needs to hear this, everyone is not going to like you, no matter what you do. No matter what you do, there's going to be someone out there that doesn't like you. And so what? So what? Don't think about them, because for every person that doesn't like you, there's someone else that loves you for you, who you are, and everything you bring to the table, and your personality. There are people that's gonna love you, so focus on the people that actually love you, and F the people that don't like you. But when I tell y'all that I like recently came to that realization, like that was something that I had to work in. A part of my self-love journey was like not caring about who doesn't like me. Like at this point, I can only be me. Like God made me who I am for a reason. God blessed me with the things that he blessed me with, and take it up with God. Like take it up with God. If you don't like what's going on over here with me, that's your problem, and you gotta take that up with the Lord, because this is everything he blessed me with is what he wanted me to have. And that's another thing. It's like everything you have is what God wanted you to have. Now, if you're not spiritual, well then this word is not for you. But if you're spiritual or Christian, and like everything that you have is what God wanted you to have. All your talents, all your abilities is what God wanted you to have. Yeah, you might not be as smart as the next person over there, but maybe you can draw really well. Maybe you can cook really good. Like you have certain talents that the next person doesn't, and the next person has certain talents that you don't. And it's just like, that's okay. Like focus on your talents, and focus on what you're good at. Don't focus on what someone else has. And that's something I had to learn. But regardless, yeah, it's just like I really had to learn that like I had to stop people pleasing, and stop wanting to people please, and stop wanting to want people to like me, and caring about if someone else liked me or whatever. Like that's that. Like people, you know, people are gonna like you or they're not gonna like you, and you can't change anyone's mind, and you can't convince somebody to like you if they know. It is what it is. Like okay, cool. Like next, there's a million other people on this planet, number one, and there's so many other people that will like you for you. So, and people pleasing, stop people pleasing. Don't put someone else's needs before your own. Like at the end of the day, you are your main priority. You need to focus on you and take care of yourself and your needs first. It really, like, people pleasing really go to like, don't pour from an empty cup. Like I love that quote, that little quote, phrase, saying, whatever. Do not pour from an empty cup. If you are not feeling your best, and if you haven't taken care of yourself and your needs, what do you have to give someone else? What do you really have to give someone else? You know what I'm saying? Like if you have to take care of yourself. Sometimes that looks like not going out. If someone invites you out, but you really like not, you know, you're not in a good mindset. your mind is somewhere else, or maybe you're just tired, exhausted from the week. You know what I'm saying? Like, then say, hey, I'm sorry, I can't go out this weekend. I'm not feeling up to it. I really need to stay in. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's self-love right there. That's putting yourself first, because at the end of the day, if you didn't really feel like going out, you're going to be low energy. You may have an attitude. It may not even be a fun experience anymore because you're not in the right mindset. You don't have enough energy to even really fully, you know, entertain someone else. So that's like a perfect example of like, fill up your own cup before filling up someone else's. Like, if you're not in the mood, like, you don't have the energy to entertain someone else. You know what I'm saying? So it's things like that is like, I had to learn how to put myself first. I had to learn how to be comfortable with saying no. I learned that people will take. As long as you give, people will take. And I really had to learn how to say no. You don't have to be rude. You don't have to be, you know, you don't have to get an attitude. You just say, no, I'm sorry, I can't do that right now because I'm doing this. People are going to get mad. People that feel entitled to your time and your energy, they're going to get mad. They're going to throw a fit because, you know, you're not giving them what they want. They're used to you saying yes. They're used to you always being there. They're used to you always giving them what they asked for. But it comes a point in time where you have to put yourself first. You have to say, no, I'm sorry, like, I'm doing X, Y, and Z. Or, no, I don't want to do that. Or, you know what I'm saying? And if someone gets mad because you're putting yourself first, then do you even want to be in that person's life? Like, you know what I'm saying? Is it even a fair mutual exchange? So, yeah, that's like something I learned with just putting myself first. It's just like, and putting yourself also looks like saying no to going out when you have goals that you're trying to reach. If you're trying to save money, let's say you're trying to buy a car, or you're trying to buy a house, or, you know, you're trying to save money for a business, you got to say no. That's self-love. No, I can't go out and get drinks with y'all tonight. I need to stay in and do X, Y, and Z. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't have it right now. I don't have it. I can't go. Or saying no to a trip. Like, if you don't have the money to travel and go to a trip, you're saving up money. Sorry, guys. I don't have the funds right now. I can't afford it right now. Sorry, I'm saving. Like, it is what it is. Priorities. Priorities is self-love. And a part of putting your priorities first is saying no. I can't go out to brunch. I can't buy this plane ticket to wherever. I can't. No, I'm sorry. Maybe next time. Maybe next month, or, you know, something like that. And it's nothing personal, and that's the thing. Most of the time, things are not personal, and that's also something I had to learn. That really doesn't have, that's really off topic, but yeah, a lot of the times, things are not personal. Another person is just going through their own issues. But yeah, I am a big advocate of self-love. I think self-love is the best love. I think that you really cannot truly operate at your highest and your best if you do not have self-love. If you do not truly love yourself, if you do not truly have self-discipline, then you are not operating at your best. You're not operating at your highest. You don't have to be like, you don't have to have 100% self-discipline, but you have to at least try. You have to at least put an effort. If you're not even trying, then you're gonna stay stagnant. And I think that's what she said in the quote. She was like, either, you know, have discipline or stay stagnant. And you will stay stagnant if you're not even trying. if you're not even trying to have discipline and you're not even trying to, you know, do what's in your best interest. It's not easy at all. It's not easy. It's not hard. You're gonna have ups and downs. But at the end of the day, and that was another thing that I was gonna say. At the end of the day, it's like you are blessed with this life. You are blessed with this life, in this body, in your body, in the skin that you're in, you know, with the resources that you have, with the, you know, you were blessed with your body, your life, your resources, your family members, whatever, right? You can't change that. Like, you can't change who your parents were. You can't change what your parents knew. You can't change, you know, the body. I mean, you know, people are out there getting surgery and all that stuff. So I guess in that regard, yes, you can change that. But there are so many things that it's just like, this is your life. This is what you were born with. You can't change it. So now what? So now what are you gonna do? Like, accept where you are, who you are, and now make the best of it. Make the best of what you have. Get creative. You were blessed with what you were blessed with. Use what you have to your advantage. Like, you can't change anything. There's no point in looking over there at Susie's yard when you need to be focused on your own grass. You need to be watering your own grass, so stop worrying about whether Susie's is greener. That's what I really want y'all to take away. It's like, cause like I forgot, oh my gosh, y'all, I cannot find my, I can't, oh, I found it. I was looking for this. This is what I use for my highlighter. This is my favorite highlighter. This is probably the best highlighter ever. Wait, let me get out of focus. Best highlighter ever is matte gold deposit. But yeah, I remember learning, or I don't know, see, I watch a lot of stuff obviously, but I was watching some video, I think it was on YouTube, or I don't know where I was watching, but it was basically like, what did it say? It basically just said something along the lines of like, you can't change. Like, this is the body that God gave you. This is your soul, was literally like, your unique soul was placed in this body for a reason. And it's like, you can't change that. So it's like, you might as well accept who you are and what you have. You know what I'm saying? It's like some things are out of your control. So it's just no point to dwell on it. It's no point to like, oh, I wish I was this. I wish I was that. I wish I had blah, 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 blah. You can't change it. Like, you can't. These are your genes, your genetics. I think it was related to like a weight loss video or something. I can't remember, but the point is, focus on the things you can control. Focus on the things you can change. Focus on the things you can improve. Like, don't focus on what's not in your control. And that's part of self-love. Focusing on the things that you know you can control. Don't worry about the things you can't control. And one thing that you for certain can control is loving yourself. Accepting yourself for who you are and what you were born with and what God gave you and your talents, your strengths. And accepting your weaknesses too, because I definitely feel like for all the weaknesses that we have, God strategically places people in our lives that can help with that. Like, we're not on this earth alone. Like, that's why we literally, the fact that I'm sitting here trying to talk and put on lip liner, why? the lip color that I use is called, I think it's called Danger. It's by MAC. I want to say it's called Danger. Honestly, the name is kind of fading out, but something Danger by MAC. It's kind of like a reddish orangish color. Super cute, love it. But yes, guys, wait, let me see. Okay. So this is a makeup look. I do have to come back for my lashes. So I'm gonna come back with my lashes and my rollers taken out so you guys can see the final look. Okay guys, so here is the final look. Took my flexi rods out. You know, I tried to make it do what it do. So yeah, I really just did like a very simple basic light eyeshadow on my bottom lid, and then a warm orangish shadow on my top lid, and then I paired it with the red lip brown lip liner, and this is really, and then some lashes, and then that's it. I'm literally about to go to a coffee shop and do some work. But yes, this is what I really want to talk about. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and talking to me about self-love. I am a big proponent and advocate for self-love. I think self-love is so important. I think that in order for you to operate at your highest self and at the best version of yourself, you need to have self-love. You need to work on self-love, and once you achieve self-love, it's not just like your life is perfect. You have to, it's something that you have to continuously work on and continuously remind yourself of and continuously move forward and improve on. It's not something that, you know, once you have it, you know, boom, life is perfect. And no, it's not like that. It's something that you have to continue to work on. It's something that you have to continuously remind yourself to do, continuously remind yourself what's necessary of yourself, continuously remind yourself and kind of stop yourself. It's internal dialogue with yourself. It's holding yourself accountable. Self-love isn't just peaches and cream. It's not just roses. It's not just a good time. It's not just self-care, bubble baths, and face masks. Self-care is truly having self-discipline. It's truly putting in the work to unpack traumas and triggers and your belief system. It's putting yourself first. It's about being uncomfortable. Self-love is uncomfortable. It can be uncomfortable. It's about saying no. It's about saying yes to things that your later self is going to thank you for. It's about saying yes and no to things that your later future self is going to thank you for. It's really about, you know, thinking about your future self and, you know, who you want to be. What do you want to have in the future? Okay, what do I need to do now in order to make sure that in the future I'm good? And, you know, it's not just about physical. Obviously, it's about mental, emotional, things like that. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know how you enjoyed this little talk, this little get ready with me. Let me know what other videos you guys want to see, what other topics you guys want to discuss. I'm back and I'm better. So yeah, just let me know, and thanks for watching.